Look at that stuff just run off of there. Welcome back, everyone. So Super Clean had reached out to me to try some of this stuff and see how well it works. So I tried to find the dirtiest thing around the farm that I could find. This tractor here, I know for 6 years has not been cleaned. So it's probably the best thing I've got to see, and I'm going to assume that it hasn't been cleaned for quite a few years before that. So as you can see, this tractor has quite a bit of grime, grease, oil everywhere. I figured that this is going to be a really good test for this stuff, see how well it works. As far as the directions go, always test in a small, inconspicuous area. We're going to do the tractor. This stuff can be mixed or diluted down for different things to try, and I've got a sheet I'll include in the end of this video. And then cover the area, don't let it dry, rinse thoroughly, and wear gloves and eye protection depending on how you're using it. So let's go ahead and just soak this thing down and see what happens. I will let that stuff sit for a few minutes, and then we will rinse it off, see what it looks like. So I don't have a spray nozzle for the end of my hose. I will just use my thumb over it and see how it works. That's better. So you can see right here is where I sprayed that Super Clean. Up here I did not spray it. And then back here, I mean, that cleaned up really well. Probably gonna have to do another application or two. Why don't we try the aerosol can and see how it works? Maybe it'll get the rest of that off. While that's soaking, we'll go up here and do the other part of this cylinder and see how it performs on there. Heck, we'll even try it down here. Let's try the grill guard too while we're at it. Or screen, whatever you want to call it. Heck, let's get the John Deere emblem. Get it all. Well, I think that there soaked long enough. Let's rinse it off. I don't think that looks too awful bad, considering I don't know how many years that this grime has been on here. Let's check this other stuff. Now, I didn't expect it to take everything off, but I think it's done a pretty good job. I mean, let's take a closer look at everything. So here's that John Deere emblem. I mean, it's cleaned up really well. And then that screen had all that gunk in it. There's still some in there. I'm probably better off to pull it out where I can get to it. But it's actually cleaned it up really well. As far as the engine block, I mean, it looks a whole lot cleaner than what it did. Maybe I should let it sit longer, or maybe I'm gonna have to get a little brush in there to just sort of finish it off. Let's go look at the other side. So I'm gonna try this area here, right through here, and then back there on that rear axle housing. Now after this is sit for about a minute, you can already see where that foam is starting to turn brown. So we'll see, we'll give it another couple minutes here and rinse this area off. I left this area up here just so you can see when I spray the water on it that if it does work, or since it did work on the other side, you can see that when the water hits it, it doesn't really get it clean. Now this area back here, this is that area I was talking about where I sprayed that foam on here, and then up here I didn't, and I rinsed it all with water. You can see where that has actually cleaned that stuff off. For as long as this thing has been not cleaned and not having to really do any agitation, I mean, there's some spots that do need it, but I think it works pretty well. You can see the spots, you know, this where I sprayed it, where I didn't spray it at, and then took the water hose to the whole thing. You can see the spots that I didn't put any cleaner on are still covered pretty heavily with junk. Some of that stuff's gonna have to be agitated. It's just you know, the way it is. Now, like I said in the front of the video, I'll include that picture of that dilution chart. There's a whole lot of other things that you can use this stuff for. So let me know what you think about this. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Well, I guess I need to finish cleaning this tractor now.